Hey, I'm back with my years. Hence, the school year's coming to an end, and I'm in 8th grade, about to go to high school. There's some things I will miss, some things I will not miss. The one thing I will not miss is my middle school year in general. Because, dear God, it sucked so bad. You know, I could say that with, my elementary school years, but here's the thing. At least in my elementary school years, at least my mental health didn't decline so badly. Unlike in my whole entire year in middle school. I swear. I'm just gonna put into parts. Yeah. So this first segment, which can be about teachers and students, but I will mainly talk about the student, because some of the students in my school, I don't know, they're like animals. They act dumb, they're really too cocky, and they're too arrogant. And I'm gonna give you a couple examples of these taking place. But these are TLDR that the situation I'm gonna talk about, they happened in 2 different middle schools, because during my 7th grade year, during the middle of it, I moved to another middle school. So yeah, back when I was in 6th grade, we had an assembly, and it was about the bathrooms, but mainly the boys' bathrooms, because for some reason, some boy clogged the toilet with apples, and some other boy pissed on I don't know what the fuck it's called. I don't put up on screen. And then after the assembly, it was during lunchtime, and one of my friends asked one of the deans of how the boys are going to use the bathroom. And you know what this dude said? This dude said, tie the rubber knot. And if you don't know what it means, it just means they have to take a rubber band and wrap it around their dick. And there was another bathroom situation, but it didn't have to do with the toilets, no, it had to deal with the sinks. And it was during, I think, May. So I was in math class, which was my 4th period class. And one of my classmates came in running into the classroom saying that the girls' bathroom is leaking. And we were really, really confused. And then one of the staff get on one of the comm speakers and says that people that are on the other side of the school, they have to take this specific exit instead of the original exit. So when the lunch bell rang, right, we went down, we were heading downstairs, and I looked to my right, and I see a whole line of jackets being covering each side of the hallway, so the water doesn't spill out. And the worst part about it is the school that I'm in, it used to be one full on school, meaning it went from kindergarten to 8th grade, but now they just cut it up into 2 different schools now, and the pipe system is connected to the elementary school's bathroom, so not only if our bathroom is messed up, but also really affects the school downstairs, meaning their toilets are not toilets, their bathroom is clogged or fucked up. So after lunch, we have to stay in the theater area for the whole entire rest of the school day, because we cannot go back upstairs, because hence the sink is broken. It blocks ways to get to our classrooms. And the worst part about it was it was really hot in there, and we basically just like sat there for for at least like 4 periods. And it wasn't really that good. Okay, now on from my old middle school to the middle school I'm clearly at right now. Dear God, the motherfuckers at this school are stupid. I'm gonna give you an example of this happening. It was like yesterday, and we were given like a question, like a do now question of like how to make like this Kool-Aid mix. And it was really easy because I feel like anyone has done it before. Just like take like the Kool-Aid packet, get some water and a cup, pour the Kool-Aid mix in, and then stir it. And I thought it was just like really easy for everyone until my desk mate asked me for the answers, which I looked at him with a sad face, knowing he's a fucking lost cause. So yeah, speaking of my classmates, I'm gonna tell you the types of kids that are in my school, which first and foremost is kind of really common in my school. Like those cocky ass kids. Cocky. And what I mean by that, they'll at least have like a Nike tech on, like slides, oh yeah, right, that fucking bowl cut. Can we please retire that haircut, please? I'm tired of seeing it. We're not in the 80s anymore. It's 2025. Please let it die out. Alright, these type of people, they'll like be, I don't know, I would say like an ass. And like do I like so cocky, like, but their grade is like what, in the 50s or something, or maybe even lower. I heard one person in one of my classes that got like 24 or 34. I do not know, but what? And then on to like the next type of people, like cleaning the school, or like the ones that I'll say that are like over exaggerated, like overreacted, like when you just like, I don't know, in class, just trying to focus on your assignment or stuff because it's due like in a couple of days, and then what are you trying to do with it? When the class is like a little bit too loud, they will like, I don't know, yell so loud. It's like, I'm gonna give you an example. Everyone, shut the fuck up! Girl, what the yeah, it's basically kind of like that. So, on to the next one, which I'm gonna mainly talk about, the teachers. Why? Because I want to dogpile on them, okay? The first types is the types of teachers that will be on, what is it? Oh yeah, right. You're right, blocking out the damn tabs. Like, they'll be on their computer and they'll be using, I don't know, like either GoGuardian, LineWise, or any type of site. And they'll be blocking out the most unnecessary fucking tabs. Like, I will have like, I don't know, a tab open for something, my other class, and they'll like delete it because like, oh, you're not supposed to have that tab open. I am not even on it. So what's the fucking point? This really doesn't happen in my social studies, math, or science class, but it's always mainly like my ELA class. Like, I had like, like a group of tabs. Like, got like, tabs in a group for like, like specific subject, so I don't lose them. And my fucking ELA teacher closes them out. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And I'm not trying to make a scene, so I'm not trying to argue. But there's like other instances with my friends where like they had like, a few tabs open it was just for like another class, and it was like really serious. It was for like home and careers, and they're doing like a quiz to see what like, you know, which career would like best suit them, and the teacher closed it out, which now they have to reopen it back again and they do like the test all over again, because you can't resume the test if it was just like, you know, automatically closed. So, and that's really it on that type of teachers. I don't got really much more teachers to shit on, because not all of them are really bad, just, you know, the ones I explained. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna like tell you one more, which is like, oh no, just the annoying ones, or maybe the ones that like yell a little bit too loud. It's like, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the fucking morning. Yeah, those. Yeah, on to the next part of this video. She's gonna explain. Oh, you're right. The drama that's happened in my schools. Next part of this video, which is like, you know, school drama. There's like a bunch of drama that like happened at like, you know, the past 2 schools I've been to, past 2 middle schools for my whole year. There's like a bunch of them, but I'll say I'm gonna choose like, I'm gonna talk about the ones I find really interesting, and I like, it's like, I can make content out of this, more like as of, you know, I'm making content out of it. So I mean, it's like, this might affect them in the future, because what's actually, you know, the drama surrounding them. The first drama that I want to talk about first is like the vape drama that happened in like, I don't know, like in the beginning of my 7th grade year. So like what happened was, like, this took time, like some of the recess, and I saw like, you know, girls, which I know, like I literally like know those, like some of those girls, and they were passing around a vape. I was looking at them just like, okay, go ruin your lungs, not my problem. And yeah, the teachers caught on, and then like the principal got caught on, and I thought it was gonna like, you know, end there. They had to bring the police involved, which I found that like unreasonable, because like, one, you can just like, you know, bring the parents involved instead, and like, you know, tell them about it. Yeah, and the thing is like the whole entire school knows, but also but like, why the police? Like I don't really remember that much of the situation, but for the police part, I don't know why the police came in, but I don't know. My school was ghetto. Like my first middle school I went to was like ghetto as fuck, and then middle of like 7th grade year I moved to like a mixed school, which is like not that ghetto. So yeah, which I found that like unreasonable, because like, one, you can just like, you know, bring the parents involved instead, and like, you know, tell them about it. Yeah, and the thing is like the whole entire school knows, but also but like, why the police? Like I don't really remember that much of the situation, but for the police part, I don't know why the police came in, but I don't know. My school was ghetto. Like my first middle school I went to was like ghetto as fuck, and then in the middle of like 7th grade year I moved to like a mixed school, which is like not that ghetto. So yeah.
For this part of the video, it's going to be text-to-speech, since there's people in my house, and it usually gets a little bit too noisy, so bear with me. And that's out of the way. There's one thing that actually made me want to make this video, and I saved this for last, is how my middle school years had a mental toll on me and my life in general. So for this part of this video is going to Very important since I'm going to talk about very personal stuff that might not sit well with some viewers. So to anyone that's watching and came this far, if these topics that I'm going to show on screen makes you feel uncomfortable, I'll put a time skip that talks about main problem with the school system in general. So during the first day at my new middle school since I moved in middle of my 7th grade year, me and brother were brought into the guidance counselor's office to question if there's some sort of punishment that happens at our house. Since I was brought in first, and I lie because for a few good reasons. Cause 1, I've dealt with this situation before, back in kindergarten, and it didn't turn out well, and 2, some people were brought into this. So I said that no physical punishments happened and I thought that should end it there, until later on in the day at home. Someone was knocking on our door, so my mom went to go by the door to see who it was. There was a lady by the door that she heard abuse from this house and how she's from CPS. Though I was scared that I was going to be taken away, me and my family comply and answer the questions. The women said that she'll come back each month. After that incident, my mom started to lash out differently, threatening to call CPS and let us be taken away, and she'll live her life without worrying about us. This got me scared and I started to feel unsafe around her. But I don't want to be left alone, and that's when I feel like where my anxiety started to show up. But before I go on, please note it, I'm not trying to diagnose myself for attention or anything else, so please don't yell at me in the comments. Back to what I was saying, there was issue with me consuming corn-related content, in which it affected me mentally, and how even though it's slowly going away, there's still a part of me that was affected. And let it be known that this didn't magically appear in my 7th grade year, but how it started during around the pandemic. But I wasn't consuming corn content, but suggestive parts of media, which to this day I wish I didn't did that, in making sure that my younger siblings don't end up just like me. And also when I pulled down my shirt, because I usually don't like wearing small shirts, unless I'm wearing the pants that I like during a conversation with my mom or when I have my hands up in a dinosaur position. She gets angry and says that if I continue doing that, she'll send me to the hospital and never talk to me again. And over time, I started to have suicidal thoughts and killer tendencies, in which this lowered my self-esteem and made me feel worthless. And the worst part about this is that my mom will bring up these issues that I have in conversations that don't even involve them all at once, which this makes me feel less resentful of her and of the transphobia that's coming from her. And this makes me concerned about our relationship and scared too, and it doesn't make it much more better when my mom brings up my dad in a heated conversation.
And that's all I have to say. I am sorry if it felt like a rant or like a vent for this part, but I just wanted to let you know how middle school had an effect on me mentally, both outside of school and inside of school. Yeah. And I will say this should be I want to make a lesson that how middle school will have, I would say, a much more effect in your life, but also kind of teach you something of how to spot fake people and how to maybe help yourself up or ask people for help during in a bad mental state, because I did talk to my friends about my problems most of the time when I felt really, really sad or something that just happened to me. So yeah, on to the conclusion. Yeah, for this part of the video, there's no art or stuff like that, so I'm just gonna put random photos from gallery. So I'll just talk about the conclusion to my video. And my god, this is actually really a long one, and this was one of the longest that I've ever done and the most edited one, and I'm really happy about it. I'm not expecting a bunch of views. I just wanted to make this video to express how I feel. I hope people see it that are going into middle school or in middle school right now. And I want to tell you the 2 reasons why that made me want to make this video. Because one, I saw a video on TikTok about taking away your middle school trauma, which kind of find it funny and I could relate to. But also too, it's kind of more likely related to like what's going on in America. Okay, I don't want to be political, but I have to bring this up right now because I'm gonna have to deal with this for the next 4 years. And please, like, take your your education seriously, because it's value like gold. We got like some orange ball motherfucker running this country. We don't want like history to repeat itself again, okay? And that's like the end of the video. My name is Zan. I usually just do art-related topics on here. I usually talk about my favorite games like Genshin Impact, Tokyo Kingdom, Roblox, or like favorite series, like manga and stuff, or like shows that I watch. Like for example, Hannibal Lecter. Yeah. That's me. You're introverted, transgender motherfucker. 8 arrows. Yeah, that's me. Okay, I'm gonna end this video off right here. I hope you enjoyed the art I did. So yeah, bye.